Howdy. As you may have heard, thanks to the Fifth Circuit Court, the pistol brace ban has been injuncted upon, which means I can reunite my PAK9 with its folding brace, which is awesome. And I'm doing that today. I did do this once before in a prior video, but the quality on that was kind of crap. So I figured when I put this all back together again, I'll just take a little bit better quality video. Now the PAK9 comes with a swivel mount on the back. 10mm wrench will take that off. First time you do it, it will be tough, but you're strong, you'll get it. The piece that you need to make all this happen is this little bugger. This is a shotgun rail adapter for like mounting a flashlight, but it is also a 1913 rail, and it has a screw hole right in the center that you can mount to the back of your PAK9. Other hardware you need, basically a 1-inch screw. You want to make sure you get a screw with the cone head style there, so it'll fit nice and snug into that adapter, and then just a nut and a washer. Tools, all you'll really need: screwdriver, 10mm wrench, bipod, not required but recommended, just so you have a way to prop this thing up while you're working on it. So I'm going to mount this thing on the tripod. I'm going to take my sling and my swivel off, and we're going to get this thing back the way it should be. Be back in a second. Alright, I'll try not to get in the way of the camera too much as I'm doing this here. So first, obviously, taking the sling off. Then I need a 10mm wrench to take this swivel off. Oh, hold on. I'm going to put the tripod on this. Again, it's not required, but it just makes life a little bit easier if this is standing up already. Alright, so I got it up on the tripod, just for stability. Now, you will need a thin 10mm wrench. I did just try it with the first one I found. It was too fat, but this one should be able to get in there and bite on that. And there we go. And like I said, the first time you do this, it's going to be tighter. So it will require some effort, but because this one's been broken free before, no problem. Alright, and there you go. You got a hole in the back of your PAK9 now. So once you have the swivel off, pull your top cover up. On the PAK9, it does not come off. It is hinged in the front. Okay, take your spring, remove your spring. Put that aside. You don't really need to remove your block, your bolt. Shouldn't get in the way too much. Then you will remove this chunk of plastic here, which is basically like a big buffer pad. Pull that out of there. So as you can see, you have plenty of room in here. You're not going to have any interference, with your screw going through, because this plastic block here is what stops the bolt from going back, so you're good to go. And see, we got our threaded hole in the bottom here. Alright, so let's start putting this thing together. Alright, move the camera to try and give you a little bit better angle here. So basically, putting the screw through our little piece of 1913 rail here, and we are going to try to get the washer and the nut on through here, which this is about take 4, so it can be a little bit tricky to get it lined up because the screw is kind of blocked by this piece of back rail here. Ouch. And this will fall on you multiple times. After a while, it doesn't even hurt. Okay, so we got that in there. Now, I have the screw already seated inside this little socket here. Once you get it started, it's easy. Getting it started can be a bit of a pain in the ass. All right, so we have it semi-on in there. All right, so we have the gummy nut in there. We have the lock washer. And before we tighten this all up, we do want to get this kind of even with the top there and about centered. And then we'll just tighten this on up and we should be ready to mount the brace. Just put my little ratchet back in there. And I want to get that centered and straight. And yes, that thing fell on my hand again. All right, we'll use a little pivot hole there to hold that in place. And again, just riding that up a little bit and trying to get it straight and level. All right, that should be good and tight. And tilt it this way so I don't get hit by that again. All right, and put our block back in. That just kind of slides on in there. All right, let me just put our spring back in there. And there's a little slot right here that your spring goes into. That's good. And now we can lock it back up in place. So, all we really accomplished here was mounting a piece of 1913 rail on the back of the PAK9. But that's all we really needed to do. All right, so now that we have the little bit of 1913 rail on there, all we have to do is reattach my brace here. Now this brace does have some modifications up at this end from when I had it previously installed. As you can see, it's got a swivel mount stuck in there. So what I did was I used a 1-inch riser and I mounted the FS 1913 brace to the 1-inch riser. The main reason why I did this, or the first reason why I did it, was when the brace was folded without the 1-inch riser, it would interfere with a magazine ejection. So you couldn't eject the magazine or really get a good grip on the pistol while the brace was folded. The other reason why I did it, and I'm hoping you can see this, this is the brace's connection. It's an Allen head screw. So if you connect this directly to the 1913 rail, and you need to tighten it or take it off for any reason, unless you have this particular size Allen head wrench handy, that's kind of a pain in the ass. Also, you lose that screw, you lose this little floppy thing here. I'm not sure if you can see it, where it connects, and then you're kind of SOL'd. So by adding the 1-inch riser, you can use a quarter basically to uninstall and reinstall the entire thing. The other little modification I did here was I drilled straight through the riser and I added a sling hook, because having a sling is still a very good idea on this pistol. So I don't know if you can see all the way through there, but this is a standard sling connection with a detachable sling hook here. So anyways, put this thing back on the pistol here. I mean, this is, like I said, it's basic once you get there. We'll just screw that bugger down in there. That ain't going anywhere. And let me, bear with me one second. Let me take this tripod off. We don't need that anymore. Sorry for the loud noise. So, let's show you this side of it here. Alright, so this is your brace in the folded position. So without that 1-inch extension for the brace, this is your magazine release right here. The brace will cover that magazine release, and that's just kind of annoying. Plus you have, you now 1-inch additional draw. Pops out nice and easy. And due to my prior modification, I also have a sling mount here, which works whether this brace is open or closed. I'll flip it this way because that just makes more sense. And very quick to either deploy or undeploy. But we now have a fully assembled, re-braced pistol. Yay. Let me put my sling on here. Alright, so we now have this fully assembled. We have the sling mount, we have the brace, which will fold as needed, still slingable either way, and we can redeploy it as needed, and that's a whole lot safer than just firing it using the sling. So my goal was to make this video less crap than the first version. Not sure I accomplished that. Other modifications to this while I'm here, why not? See if this will focus in here. All right. Did put in the Krebs safety. So when you lock this back, it will hold your bolt open, which is a very nice upgrade and was very cheap. Release, and you're good. The only other real modification on here, this is a Kaw Valley linear compensator. The main reason why I got it is because I didn't want to blow my freaking finger off. Because the barrel will come to about here without this compensator on here. Oh, and this is also a Mako foregrip to, again, keep me from losing any fingers. Definitely recommend getting the foregrip or the grip stop so your hand doesn't go forward. And as you can see the way I'm holding this, without that compensator, my thumb might be getting a little bit toasty there. So, alright, that's all I got for you. If you found this video useful, please give a like or a subscribe. This one obviously won't be monetized because of YouTube, but if you like it, hey, just let me know in the comments. That's all I ask for. Alright, y'all have a great day. Take care.